Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. You are here with Miguel and this will be the 11th deck profile for the series. I'll be answering the question how to combine DC deck building sets. I'll be following 3 key ideas: theme, availability, and consistency. For the theme of the main deck, we're focusing on Justice League Dark, Justice League of America, and Teen Titans using the VP and Frozen token mechanic. For availability, we're pulling from the original set, Heroes Unite, Forever Evil, Teen Titans, Rivals 1, Crisis 1, 2, and 3, Crossover Pack 1 and 2. For consistency, we'll have the main deck at 122 with 30 heroes, villains, and equipment, 24 superpowers, and 8 locations. Now the deck profile. For heroes, at cost 3, we have a single copy of Madame Xanadu with doubles of Robin, Raven, Dr. Light, Steel, and Jericho. Madame Xanadu has the effect +2 power. Look at the top card of the main deck. You may put it at the bottom of the main deck. This effect allows you to scout and control what comes out next. It can prevent others from buying beneficial cards. Robin supports equipment builds by putting an equipment from your discard pile into your hand. Raven is +1 power and draws a card, which allows you to cycle through your deck. Dr. Light is here to help with drawing cards and can attack a player to discard their location. Steel can destroy a non-hero, and if it's cost 1 or greater, you can gain 1 VP token. Destroy cards allow you to thin out your deck to see better cards throughout the game. Jericho is here to have access to the game text of oversized characters through his attack. This attack can make the VP token mechanic more relevant. At cost 4, we have a single copy of Black Orchid with doubles of Swamp Thing, Sonic Siren, Stargirl, and Amanda Waller. Black Orchid has the effect +2 power. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, reveal and draw the top card of your deck. Gain VPs equal to the VP value of the card you drew this way. Asterisk is 3. Building your deck accordingly can help you generate a lot of VP tokens. Swamp Thing is here to generate +5 power. If you control a location, it can give players consistent power during the turns. Sonic Siren refreshes the lineup, helping to cycle out undesirable cards. Stargirl is a defense card that can draw a card and put a card with cost 1 or greater from the destroyed pile at the bottom of the main deck when defending. This will help the main deck from running out of cards and players not lose the game. Amanda Waller can destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Then if it's a villain, you can gain power equal to its cost. If you choose not to, +2 power. This effect allows the card to be flexible and fit the need of the turn. At cost 5, we have a single copy of Nightmare Nurse, Nightwing, doubles of Superboy, and John Constantine. Nightmare Nurse has the effect +2 power. You may destroy a card with 0 cost from any player's discard pile. If you destroy a vulnerability or weakness this way, gain 2 VPs. This is an excellent way to help players catch up or stay in the game, because you can choose yourself and gain at least 6 VPs, which is equivalent to 1 supervillain or superhero gained. Nightwing supports equipment builds and can snowball if your deck keeps revealing equipment to draw into. Superboy supports superpower builds by adding a superpower from your discard pile into your hand. John Constantine is here to help with drawing and destroying cards in your deck as a way to speed up your turns gradually. At cost 6, we have a single copy of Blue Beetle and Firestorm. Blue Beetle is a great reveal to defend card because it can stop multiple attacks from affecting you. Firestorm becomes more powerful as you start to have multiple cards on top of your oversized supervillain at the cost of destroying the cards used for this effect at the end of the game. If you are playing with oversized superheroes, you can replace Firestorm with Winged Warrior At cost 7, we have a single copy of Frankenstein and Pandora. Frankenstein has the effect plus 4 power. You may pay X VPs. If you do gain a card with VP value X from the destroyed pile, asterisk is 3. This effect is very easy to use because most of the cards in the main deck are worth 1 VP, and at most you'll be paying 3 VPs for more valuable cards. Pandora can add the top card of the main deck into the lineup and gain power equal to each different cost among the cards in the lineup. This effect is balanced by the number of doubles and quantities of each cost we have. For villains, at 2 cost, we have a single copy of Black Mask and doubles of Zookeeper. Black Mask has the effect plus 1 power. If this card is discarded from your hand by a card effect, gain 1 BP. This effect can be activated through foes' attacks or even your own card effects like the Penguin to gain VPs. Zookeeper is an ongoing defense card with a delay effect that can discard itself to avoid an attack. At cost 3, we have a single copy of Shadow Thief with doubles of the Penguin, Man-Bat, Atomica, and Cinderblock. Shadow Thief has the effect plus 2 power. You may put a card with cost 0 from any player's discard pile into your hand. This effect works best in the early game to put punch cards into your hand for an extra plus 1 power. The Penguin can draw 2 and then discard 2 cards. He works in conjunction with cards that need certain card types in the discard pile like Robin or Superboy, and even cards that need to be discarded for their effects like Black Mask. Man-Bat is here instead of Forever Evil Catwoman because Catwoman's attack can be easily prevented, while the only true way to stop Man-Bat is with Black Lantern Blue Beetle. Atomica can destroy a non-villain, and if it's cost 1 or greater, you can gain a VP token. Cinderblock is here with drawing cards and can help put a defense card on top of your deck to reuse it with effects like Man-Bat. At cost 4, we have doubles of Clayface, Killer Frost, The Blight, and Phobia. Clayface is here to copy the effects of any cards you want to use again. This can be a proxy for having duplicate cards for expansions that don't have doubles of cards. Killer Frost is here as an attack against location cards and can draw 1 if foes don't discard any. The Blight can destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Then if it's a superpower, you can gain plus power equal to its cost. If you choose not to, plus 2 power. Phobia is another disruption with her attack because she makes foes discard a card into any player's discard pile that did not avoid the attack or the attacker. This means that players can pile up on a single player if need be. At cost 5, we have doubles of Scarecrow and Mammoth. Scarecrow is here as an attack card that can give players weaknesses to cancel out some of the VP tokens. Mammoth is a great defense card because when you discard to defend, he can draw 2 cards first and then destroy a starter from your hand or discard pile. This means that you can always wait to see if you draw a starter if you don't have one in your discard pile. At cost 6, we have a single copy of Copperhead, Despero, and Inertia. Copperhead has the effect plus 2 power at the top card of the main deck. Attack. Each foe discards a card for each villain in the lineup. This effect can get maximum value when you play cards that help you control the top of the main deck and the lineup. Despero is a staple card that can draw 2 and attack to make a player discard a card with cost 1 or greater. Inertia is a powerful draw engine because he is an ongoing card that allows you to discard a card from your hand and draw a card after once per turn. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Joker's Daughter, Bizarro, and Avatar of the Rot. Joker's Daughter has the effect, draw 2 cards. You may pass a card in your hand to another player's hand. If you do, gain VPs equal to the VP value of the card. Asterisk is 3. This is a great effect because drawing 2 cards can cycle through your deck faster, and passing cards can help you get rid of cards that you are not using anymore. Bizarro is here as a safeguard against having too many weaknesses in your deck, because each weakness will essentially be 1 VP thanks to having Bizarro. Avatar of the Rot can attack and give out each foe 2 weaknesses, making it difficult for foes to recover if they don't have enough destroy cards. For equipment, at 2 costs, we have doubles of Eskrima Sticks and Cold Gun. Eskrima Sticks can put 1 equipment with cost 3 or less from your discard pile into your hand. This is a great way to reuse equipment like Cold Gun, Man-Bat Serum, or Sledgehammer. Cold Gun can put a frozen token on a card in the lineup, making it difficult for other players to buy the card affected by this effect, and can combo with Iced Over to gain multiple VPs. At 3 costs, we have doubles of Helmet of Fate, Man-Bat Serum, and Sledgehammer. Helmet of Fate is a defense card that can help mulligan undesirable cards when you defend. Man-Bat Serum can gain power equal to your VPs and destroy itself at the end of your turn, if you have 5 or more. While the effect to destroy itself is bad, Signature Trenchcoat can help you gain it to be used again. Sledgehammer can destroy a non-equipment, and if it's cost 1 or greater, you can gain a VP token. At 4 costs, we have a single copy of Portal to Nowhere with doubles of Skeets, Signature Trenchcoat, Secret Society Communicator, Mallet, and Flight Wings. Portal to Nowhere has the effect plus 2 power. Defend. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card. You may pay 1 VP. If you do, draw 2 additional cards. This is a powerful effect because you can catch up or lead the game if you have a good amount of VP tokens. Skeet supports hero builds because you can put heroes on top of your deck or into your hand when defending. Signature Trenchcoat is here to gain cards with cost 5 or less from the destroyed pile, especially from cards that destroy, like Amanda Waller, The Blight, Secret Society Communicator, and Super Intellect. Secret Society Communicator can destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Then if it's a hero, you can gain power equal to its cost. If you choose not to, plus 2 power. Mallet is here as a way to either give players undesirable cards or draw into cards you may need for the turn. Flight Wings can put multiple cards on top of your deck that were bought or gained in the turn of playing it. At cost 5, we have a single copy of Sniper Rifle, Magician's Corset, and doubles of Cosmic Staff. Sniper Rifle has the effect plus 2 power. Each foe reveals his hand, choose 1 card revealed this way to be discarded. This works as a way to show other players each other's hands and benefits the player using it because he can choose to slow down a player by reducing their hand by 1. Magician's Corset increases in power to how many players you choose at the cost of letting them draw a card. You can always choose yourself for plus 1 power and draw a card. Cosmic Staff is a defense card which discards itself to avoid an attack and gains the bottom card of the main deck. This works in conjunction with Stargirl because she can set up specific cards from the destroyed pile you want to gain with Cosmic Staff. At cost 6, we have a single copy of Tarot cards and Broadsword. Tarot cards has the effect, choose any number of players. Each of those players gains 1 VP, plus 1 power for each player chosen this way. This is a great card for VP generation if you only choose yourself because there's not a lot of cards that can generate VP tokens. If you need the extra power, you can always choose more players other than just yourself. Broadsword is here to attack and destroy cards with cost 1, 2, or 3 from a chosen foe as a way to disrupt their combos. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Boomerang and Firestorm Matrix. Boomerang has the effect, plus 3 power. Each time a foe draws 1 or more cards during their turn, you may reveal this card. If you do, draw a card. This is a great way to respond to players who play a lot of draw cards in order to try and catch up with them. Firestorm Matrix is here to make a non-ongoing card with cost 5 or less into an ongoing card in exchange for destroying this card the turn of using it and destroying the card made into an ongoing card at the end of the game. At cost 8, we have a single copy of Power Armor. This is a great reveal to defend card because it can destroy multiple cards depending on the number of attacks that have been thrown against you. Now, superpowers. At cost 1, we have a single copy of Savagery. Savagery has the effect, plus 1 power. You may pay 1 VP. If you do, plus 3 power instead. This is a great way to get a burst in power once you start having a way to generate VP tokens during your turns. At cost 2, we have doubles of Forever Evil Insanity. Insanity is here as a way to make players interact with each other by passing cards to the left. It can also work as a defense card to pass a card from your discard pile or hand into the attacker's hand, making you get rid of undesirable cards. At cost 3, we have a single copy of Cat-like Reflexes with doubles of Expert Marksman. Cat-like Reflexes has the effect, plus 1 power. When you are attacked, you may reveal this card. If you do, draw a card. This is a response card for when you are attacked, allowing you to possibly draw into a defense card to defend against the attack. Expert Marksman can destroy a non-superpower card, and if it's cost 1 or greater, you can gain a VP token. At cost 4, we have a single copy of Chlorokinesis with doubles of Canary Cry, Super Intellect, and Geokinesis. Chlorokinesis has the effect, plus 2 power, attack. Each foe reveals the top card of their deck. Choose any number of them to be discarded. This is a great way to scout what players will possibly draw into and make them discard it when you believe they can gain an advantage drawing into it. Canary Cry supports villain builds because she can put villains on top of their deck or into their hand when defending. Super Intellect can destroy a card from your hand or discard pile. Then if it's an equipment, you can gain power equal to its cost. If you choose not to, plus 2 power. Geokinesis is here as another attack card against ongoing cards to make a chosen player discard theirs. At cost 5, we have a single copy of You Have Failed This City with doubles of Rage Blood and Transmutation. You Have Failed This City is a good follow-up to attack such as Sniper Rifle and Constructs of Fear to make the foe discard more cards. Rage Blood is here to help chosen players destroy a card with cost 0 from their discard pile. You can always choose other players to help them catch up during the game. Transmutation is a great card to generate VPs and can gain you a card in the lineup once you start destroying cards with costs similar to ones in the lineup. At cost 6, we have a single copy of Iced Over, Possession, World's Greatest Detective, and Mystic Bolts. Iced Over has the effect +3 power. Put a frozen token on a card in a lineup, and then gain a VP for each frozen token in the lineup. This is a great way to generate VPs and stop players from buying certain cards. You can even gain up to 5 VPs if you also have Cold Gun and Clayface during your turn. Possession is here as a way for each foe to reveal their hands and turn their attacks against them. World's Greatest Detective is our Reveal to Defend card that lets us draw a card and have +1 power when played. Mystic Bolts puts 2 cards each with 5 cost or less with a different cost from the discard pile into your hand. This is a great effect because it allows you to grab any card type or the same card type just as long as both are different costs and cost 5 or less. At cost 7, we have 1 copy of Constructs of Fear. Constructs of Fear is a powerful attack that can get rid of almost half of foes' hands, and when combined with cards like Phobia and Sniper Rifle, you can make them discard more cards. At cost 9, we have a single copy of Ultra Strength. Ultra Strength is a lucrative card for this main deck because it is +3 power and draws 2 cards with no consequences. For locations, we have a single copy of Nanda Parbat, Level 7, Blackgate Prison, Earth 3, Central City, Star Labs, Belle Reve, and Happy Harbor. Nanda Parbat has the effect Ongoing. Once during each of your turns, you may pay 1 VP. If you do, choose any number of players. Each of those players reveals the top card of their deck and may destroy it. This is a great ongoing effect once you have a consistent way to generate VPs, and it doesn't hurt to choose everyone for this effect unless you want to slow down somebody. Level 7 has the effect Ongoing. Once during each player's turn, you may pay 2 VPs. If you do, that player draws a card. Once during each of your turns, you may choose a foe. Attack. Steal a VP from that foe. This card works a lot better than Forever Evil Catwoman because the effect is available during each of your turns and it can let you draw a card if you pay 2 VPs. Earth 3 and Blackgate Prison are here as a way to generate VPs from their effects of destroying a punch, vulnerability, or weakness respectively. Happy Harbor, Belle Reve, Star Labs, and Central City are here to gain +1 power for each respective card type, since you will be destroying a lot of cards with cost 1 or greater to gain VPs. Crisis 3 also gave us members of the Crime Syndicate with magical enemies for super villains of the impossible mode. Let me just pull them out. We are supposed to be Task Force X, sent in to fight the Crime Syndicate for Crisis 3. Crisis 3 also introduced us to new supervillains that are oversized, such as King Shark, Killer Frost, Captain Boomerang, Cheetah, Deadshot, and Poison Ivy. You can always combine them with your Forever Evil supervillains and even promo Joker. In closing, that is one way to combine DC deck building sets. Remember, there's no correct way to build your main deck. These videos are here to inspire and start conversations. What would you change Who is your favorite superhero? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and all the YouTube things. I'll see you on the next one.